Hi everyone, Aaron here for Zollotech, and iOS 12.1 Beta 5 has been out for a few days. I've been using it every single day on my iPhone XS Max, and it's been doing pretty good for me. Now, I did do a YouTube community poll we'll take a look at in a moment, where quite a few of you responded with your experience, but for me, it's been really solid. I haven't had any lockups, I haven't had any resprings or the phone rebooting, anything like that. Everything's playing well, but I do have a couple issues. One of those is still the LTE issues. So sometimes when I'm on LTE, you'll see I'm on T-Mobile on this phone. Sometimes I'll be out maybe using anything from music to YouTube or just trying to go to a website, and it just won't load. If I'm not on Wi-Fi and I'm on my cellular connection, that sometimes creates a problem. So then I'll have to turn on airplane mode, turn it off, and that's it. Now, hopefully that will be fixed in an upcoming update really soon. And that's something that I think a lot of people have said that they've had that issue with their XS and XS Max as well. Those are pretty specific to these devices, but I have heard it on other people's devices. Now, many of you have said there were battery issues. I actually haven't had really any battery issues with this particular one. However, I've been using it kind of differently. So you'll see I have 4 hours and 12 minutes of screen on time. I have 47% battery right now. And let's see, over 10 days. Now, this is kind of tricky to calculate, but I think you get the same idea here. 4 hours, and I would say legitimately 6 hours of screen on time if I let my phone die, maybe even longer depending on the day. Now, of course, battery health is going to be 100% on a newer device usually, although that's something that people continuously ask me about, is the battery health. And honestly, I've said this before, but I think they should change this to, is this good or not, yes or no? Otherwise, leave the percentage out of it. It makes everyone nervous, and it's just kind of a pain. I know people want more details, but Apple has always been about simplicity and not having to worry about it. Now, the other thing Apple said that they've acknowledged is the camera smoothing. So the portrait mode, Beauty Gate as many people are calling it, and I did a video about it, and I actually found that it was doing this, and it is going to be fixed with a future software update. It's due to the HDR and something going on with that, it picking the wrong frame, and hopefully they'll fix this really soon and we'll have normal photos again. The camera on this is really good, so there's no reason for it to have that kind of smoothing effect. So as far as issues go with me, that's really it. CarPlay has been excellent. I've had no issues there, and everything's looking great. Now, before we go to the YouTube community poll, I wanted to ask you a question. Now, the HDR videos that I've done before, or the one that I've done, takes a long time to compress, so I want to do more of those. But for the meantime, would you rather see the actual video in widescreen so that it perfectly fills up the screen, 2:1 aspect ratio, as some other people are doing, or do you like them just how they are and you can zoom in? I'd love to hear your thoughts on that in the comments below. So let's take a look at the YouTube community poll. Now, as of this time, it's been about 24 hours, 4,200 or so voted. 43% said it was great, 4% terrible, 13% okay but still some bugs, 9% said I use Android, and then 31% said just show me the results please. Now, someone did ask in the comments for me to put in I don't use betas, so the problem is with that is I don't think I can add one more. I may be wrong, but I may not be able to add more than what I've already got in there. So there's 104 comments. I've read every single one of them. Let me scroll down. So we're at the bottom, and you can see just show me the results. I'm scared to upgrade to iOS 12.1. Many people are saying 12.0.1 has better battery life, so I wouldn't be too concerned about that. So a lot of people were saying great, but most of the issues I've read in here have to do with battery. So iPhone SE, my iPhone SE power loss is terrible. Battery life seems a tiny bit better. I find that it's better for me. I'm content with iOS 12 till the new update comes out. Oh, speaking of that update, some people were saying that update will come out tomorrow or today by the time you're watching this, the same day as the iPhone XR launch, and I'll be covering that as well. Some people are saying that, or Monday before the Apple event, so it's hard to say at this point. So we'll keep going here. Running like a dream on both my 7 Plus and my 6 Plus. I've noticed very few bugs and have had better battery life than Beta 4. So this one says, I haven't even installed it, and it keeps annoying me, asking me to install it every time I get on my phone. If you're on a beta you should really install the next beta regardless. And the reason for that is the point of the beta program is to figure out bugs. So if you're scared of bugs, I would just avoid going on beta software altogether. Otherwise, the idea is to provide feedback using the feedback tool and help Apple make it a little bit better. That's sort of the deal, is you get early software, sometimes you have issues, but sometimes you get features that other people don't have, like the group FaceTime that will be on this and those new emoji. Let's see, I've experienced more bugs on this beta than any other beta for this update. My iPad just lags sometimes. On my iPad Pro, I haven't had any issues whatsoever. It's actually been really solid. Okay, our bugs on XS Max, no bugs, but just the LTE bug that I'm also having. Thanks for including this option. I think you asked for this before, so I added that this time. This beta is working fine on my iPhone 7 Plus. Was having some issues in previous one, but now after updating, it's working good. Still buggy for me, but battery life is getting better. Be better Apple messing around with storage. Let's see here. Updated my iPhone 6S from 12 to 12.1. My device started to act up. Apps would bug out. Screen recording would freeze when you started it. Here's someone with much better battery life. Just here to see if I should update. If you're on a stable, and I wouldn't, the final version is going to be out very soon. A lot of app issues. Battery life is good. I hope this is not the GM. I really think they might put out a GM tomorrow or today by the time you're watching this and put out the final the day before the event. Not sure though. Developer beta working great on my red iPhone 8 Plus. Max not dropping quite as many as calls, and apps like music don't hang up as far anymore. I still have an issue where my FaceTime randomly pauses for the other person though. Group FaceTime, they had to work quite a few bugs out, so sometimes tap to wake doesn't work. That's not good, but I haven't had that. Now here's someone that says XS LTE reception is much better. I really haven't noticed. You can see I have one bar in my home, and well, I'm on Wi-Fi, so that's not too much of an issue, but I don't really have great signal here as far as that goes. Let's take a look at a couple more. I have an issue where my screen time simply stops updating. This is a known issue, I think. I've seen this in the notes in the previous betas where they actually included good notes, and it always said there was issues with the updating of the screen time across multiple devices, so I don't think they've fixed it yet. And don't have enough storage for iOS 12, so I replied to this, but there's two options here. iOS 12 either can be installed easily by removing some apps. You should use iCloud photo libraries, offload them, and just flip it over to optimize storage on your phone. However, if you don't want to do that, connect it to a computer and update through iTunes. You don't need to worry about the storage. It'll let you update. Still on iOS 10.3.3, and I don't know what you're talking about. Well, it depends what device you're on, but if you're on a device 5S or newer, you can upgrade to iOS 12. So that's it for this beta. Hopefully we see the final real soon. Maybe by the time you're watching this, it's already out. But thanks for watching anyway. And if you'd like to get your hands on the wallpaper, it's in the description below, as it always is. If you haven't subscribed already, please subscribe and like. As always, thanks for watching. This is Aaron. I'll see you next time.